Imagine a clerk typing a single request: prepare this case for tomorrow's hearing. The system synthesizes scattered data into a single operational view. This package aggregates a timeline of events, an index of missing information, and a summary identifying specific impacts on the child. The central architectural challenge is one of synthesis. How can a system reliably aggregate conflicting data from parents, police, and therapists into a single workflow without hallucinating the facts? In the current family justice ecosystem, that synthesis doesn't exist. Instead, every participant maintains their own version of the record, often in direct conflict with the others. When software systems remain disconnected, children become the data integration problem. They are left in administrative limbo while humans attempt to reconcile records across fragmented offices. Reaching a high level of automation requires a shift in procurement. Courts must look past isolated software features and establish a foundational family justice operating system. Many court systems fall into a fragmentation trap, requiring standalone applications for narrow tasks like document management, creating event timelines, or digital filing. Because these tools do not share a common framework, every role, from guardians ad litem to parents, is forced to maintain a separate, often conflicting version of the truth. This software isolation forces courts to rely on localized tribal knowledge and static PDF handbooks to navigate procedures, making the system vulnerable whenever an experienced employee retires. Dougie functions as an operating system for the work itself. Much like Epic manages healthcare or ServiceNow governs enterprise operations, Dougie provides the infrastructure behind family justice. The architecture aligns participants, workflows, and records onto a single integrated ecosystem. Digital transformation in the family court requires a framework where records and processes are natively interoperable from the initial intake to the final resolution. Native interoperability begins with a data transformation. Every interaction, document, and AI action is standardized into a universal artifact. When a parent uploads raw evidence, such as a screenshot of a text message, the capture layer ingests and processes the unstructured data. The system converts that evidence into a standardized JSON string, tagging it with a specific type, date, and a measurable confidence score. Every universal artifact also carries a provenance intelligence block. This metadata tracks the specific user ID, timestamp, the original source material, and the identity of the AI model that processed it, creating a chain of custody for the record. This structure establishes technical trust. Because the origin of every piece of data is indexed, the court can verify the accuracy of any output the system generates. By making data provenance immutable, the system allows legal professionals to stop debating who is right and start taking action on what has been verified. Enterprise legal AI is not a single generalized chatbot. It is a coordinated orchestration of specialized models working in concert. This orchestration is governed by the MCP server. This toolbus routes actions to specialized engines. Gemini extracts data from long PDFs. Notebook LM interprets local court policies. Claude analyzes child impact metrics. Finally, ChatGPT generates tailored summaries for the judge, attorney, and parent. This entire bus is governed through GitHub, allowing the court to version, audit, and track every prompt and agent skill. The AI stack acts as a conductor. It manages the tools and organizes the data, but the human professional remains the primary decision maker. Beneath this layer, the AWS infrastructure, including DynamoDB for artifacts and Cognito for identity, provides the security required for legal data. By utilizing an MCP toolbus instead of a single LLM, the architecture reduces hallucinations and meets the technical accuracy required for court environments. Once the data is structured and routed, Layer 3, Workflow Intelligence, converts that data into automated action. The system calculates and prompts the next procedural step immediately upon the ingestion of new evidence. For example, if a user uploads evidence categorized as parenting time interference, the system triggers a simultaneous cascade of actions. The workflow automatically generates the timeline, the incident record, and the supporting exhibits, while drafting specific summaries for both the court and the legal professionals. These automated sequences ensure that mandatory documents, notifications, and quality checks are never missed. Traditional court procedures often rely on the memory of senior staff. When procedures are managed manually, knowledge can disappear as staff members move on. Workflow intelligence transforms those procedures into executable code, maintaining operational consistency even during high staff turnover or administration administrative backlogs. When these workflows are executed across an entire organization, they create a court digital twin. This provides court leadership with macro-level visibility, allowing them to track intake bottlenecks and filing delays as they occur in real time. By aggregating data from every universal artifact, the system identifies systemic breakdowns and specific staffing constraints. Leaders can use this proactive dashboard to identify friction points that traditional, retroactive reporting often misses. The digital twin empowers administrators to diagnose and repair the system itself, rather than simply reacting to individual case emergencies. The underlying infrastructure of MCP routing and AWS security is delivered to the end user through role-specific workspaces. In the judicial workspace, judges use the unified record to access instant timeline reviews and order drafting assistance. Guardians ad litem and therapists use the same system to securely track home visit records and child voice documentation. Parents access a secure portal for incident tracking and communication analysis, which integrates directly into the court's ecosystem. Because every participant draws from the same pool of universal artifacts, redundant data entry is eliminated across the entire case. The system architecture prioritizes decision support and accountability, shifting focus from storage to active case management. Treating the family court as a single, interoperable ecosystem is the only way to eradicate the bottlenecks that trap families in legal limbo. By using an operating system to absorb the administrative friction of data integration, human professionals can finally focus their expertise on ensuring positive outcomes for the children.